You're listening to the 92.5 Phoenix FM 48-hour Radiothon. Coming up, hour number 2.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the second hour of Phoenix 92.5 FM's 48-hour Radiothon. Yes, only 23 more hours to go. Taking over here from Jeff Murphy, who has been broadcasting from the Phoenix studio. We are broadcasting now for the next hour from the Draiocht Arts Centre here. Yes, Artside Broadcast. Coleman Duggan here with you until 2 p.m. And this hour, between 1 and 2, today, Wednesday, 26th of March, is sponsored by the Draiocht Arts Centre. And we're going to be talking to a number of guests about what's happening at Draiocht. Now, you couldn't do that in an hour. It would take 24 hours, or maybe the 48. But the next hour, what we're going to do is we're going to highlight some local initiatives that Draiocht has taken in its own right, and they are the Create Dance, a project for children with disabilities, the Clown Choir, which is in its second year, and the D15 Youth Theatre. So, and along the way we're going to hear music from artists who will be playing at Draiocht over the next few months. So I tell you wouldn't get it on any station for love or money. Now, having said that, this Radiothon for Phoenix is a sponsorship effort. This is a community radio station. It's the community radio station for all of Dublin 15. So it's to sponsor, fundraise for the station itself. If you would like to donate, then please go to our website, www.phoenixfm.ie, and you'll see a little sign saying donate, and just follow the instructions from there. Alternatively, you can go to the Facebook page of Phoenix, and that's at 92.5 Phoenix FM on Facebook. And again, it will give you the instructions how you can donate. And really, that's to support the community radio station for your neighbourhood. Okay, welcome. So let's go straight off, and we're going to start off with our guests. We have Sarah Beirne, Lisa Burnett, and Christine Keane, who are here to tell us about Create Dance. Sarah, you are the youth arts officer with Draiocht.
Yeah.
What is Create Dance about?
Create Dance is a dance project that we started. We did a taster session just before Christmas last year, and then we did about 8 sessions after Christmas. And there's 2 groups of children, and it's for children and their parents, and if there's a sibling of around approximate age as well. Okay. So we do, it's kind of like contemporary dance. It's based on contemporary dance, and there's 2 facilitators who are Mark Rogers and Philippa Donlan. And the 2 groups, there's a junior group and they're around age 5 to 8-ish, and then there's a senior group who are around 9 to 15-ish.
Okay.
And they come every Saturday and they work on, they have fun and they dance. Mm. Yeah.
And this is aimed at a particular group of children?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is about maybe 2 years ago, I think it was, because we do family days here about every 6 weeks, and a couple of parents had said to me that they didn't think that their children might be comfortable in a particular space with lots of children, or maybe sometimes if their child made particular noises or anything like this, and they didn't always want to engage with the whole programme. So a couple of parents had said this to me, so we started a thing called a Create programme. So that was monthly workshops, so they were on once a month, and we used to try lots and lots of different kind of visual arts, and we tried drama, and again it was for children with a disability who lived in the Dublin 15 area. So one of these workshops we did dance with Mark Rogers, and the response was really, really good. It was just a really gorgeous workshop, and the parents and the children both really enjoyed it. Yeah. So then we applied for funding to the Ireland funds.
Right.
To do a bigger project for a longer term, and we were granted that funding, and out of that funding then came the Create Dance project that we just did.
Okay. And when you say children with disabilities in these 2 age groups, say 5 and then the older group 9, and is that for children who have both physical and intellectual disabilities?
It actually targets children with an intellectual disability. We had initially started with intellectual and physical disabilities, but then it was probably too broad of a scope. Although one of the little girls in the workshop would have a physical disability, and she's absolutely fabulous. She's an absolute inspiration. I mean, it doesn't stop her from dancing at all.
All right, and you were saying that in terms of age, you're a bit blurry around the lines, and that's to allow, I presume, for the developmental range of the children.
Yeah, and even with the siblings as well, there's a kind of a little, like, it's about approximate ages, but that would be ballpark age anyway,
Okay, great. Now, Christina and Lisa, you are parents who have children attending these. So, Lisa, yourself, maybe starting, what age is your child?
Jason's 8 and he's Down syndrome. Majority, I think all the children in the group, our group, are Down syndrome.
Okay.
So there's about 10 of them. And it's fantastic because we're all local. We're all from the Dublin 15 area. And normally, like, for groups, we would have to travel, especially for our children, because it would be quite difficult to start them in, typical kind of groups, because some, like, our children they would be quite anxious, like my little boy would be. So this group is fantastic. It's everybody kind of accepts everyone's child, behaviours, and the likes of Mark, the teacher, that's fantastic. He moves kind of at a slower pace, which really suits our children, and it gives them a great opportunity to be, creative and express themselves and that. So, and as parents, we love it as well. It's a great bit of exercise.
And your son, what's his name?
Jason.
And is Jason in the younger group then?
He is,
right.
Yeah, he is.
And what, Jason, if he was here, what would he be saying about it?
Well, unfortunately, Jason is non-verbal.
Okay.
He uses love. His speech delay would be quite severe. But like you, Jason, reading from his facial expressions and his body language, he absolutely loves the dance class. So for us, it's really, it's brilliant, because it can kind of release his stress. It's, and what Mark and Philippa walk with the children, I don't know, what do you think, Daniel?
Right. Oh yeah, Daniel loves it as well.
So, just to finish at least, you how often would you bring Jason?
Every Saturday. Okay. And it's brilliant as well that their brothers and sisters can come and you're involved in it. Right. And as well, like, from the mummies, that you can, we exercise with them as well. So it's great. Everyone's involved in it.
So Jason has fun, and you're saying it reduces anxiety and stress. So would you see benefits for you and Jason outside the time when you're at home during the week?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, when we come out, he's very relaxed. He's in an environment where we can kind of, stand on his head if he wants, and and especially what's nice about the group is that it's acceptable, and the way Mark and Philippa will walk with them as well, and they do different moves each week. One week might be an animal team, the next week might be food, and so they can express themselves through their movement and stuff like
Christine,
that.
You also have a child or more than one child?
One child, Daniel.
Who's what's his name?
Daniel.
Daniel, what age is Daniel?
And Daniel's 8.
8 also, so he's also in the younger group, is he?
He is in the younger group, yeah.
So what's Daniel's experience of creative dance?
Well, the first 2 weeks he wasn't that keen on it, but then after that he just loves it. He has hearing difficulties and he wears hearing aids, so he never really appreciated music or dance, but he tends to leave the hearing aids in for the class, so he's only really getting to know music now through the dance class, so
he's quite adept with this hearing aid. He's well able to say when he wants it, when he doesn't want it.
Oh yeah, he just takes them out if he doesn't want them.
Okay. So it's also it's having fun. It's a way of selling the hearing aid to him.
Oh, it is. Yeah, he can see the advantage of wearing the hearing aid, because then he can participate fully in the class because he can hear the music and experience the music. So he absolutely loves the dance class, and it's really brought him on in other ways as well. I think their gross motor skills have really improved as well, because normally, children with Down syndrome, they wouldn't have good gross motor skills or fine motor skills, but through the dance they're able to do physio
unbeknownst to themselves.
Yeah, in a fun kind of way.
In a fun way.
Without it being a workout for them.
You mean physio happens for them in the class itself?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And when we say gross motor, we mean walking, running, moving about. Yeah. You could, as you look at me now today, you'd say, you could do it the create dance class as well. But you should see the other fella. He needs fine motor too. And fine motor then, which means using your hands or fingers.
Your hands or
how
fingers.
How would it bring him on that way?
Well, they do, like sometimes they do animals or food, and they do like where they do fine movements with the hands. Yeah, it really brings them on in every way, doesn't it?
So would you notice then if he was holding a crayon or a pen, or if he was taking his food, that he would, gosh, he's learning a bit more about how to hold things, or gets a better grip on things.
He does,
Good.
Yeah. So they're just like the added bonus, but the main thing really is the fun.
The fun, and the kids love learning through fun. So you know, and it's very rewarding, you know, to see how they've progressed as well. You know, in the last couple of weeks during the dance class.
And how long is Daniel coming along now too?
Yeah, he's been here since January for the 8 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. And have either of you had to miss a class?
No, I didn't. No. We wouldn't be allowed.
Well, that's exactly where I was coming to, because I was thinking now, if you'd missed a class, or if you thought of missing a class, would it matter to the children?
Since the class has finished, every Saturday Daniel is like, are we going to dance club? And I'd say, no, Mark and Philip are on holiday. So they're on an extended holiday now since the class finished. But they really loved, like, the facilitators, Mark and Philip, but they're just they're amazing.
Great. And so it's a great way of having fun. And would you notice any, say, going back on things they've learned if the class is finished now?
Jason's
or have they kind of got enough in their...
rhythm. They have more.
Jason never had rhythm. Like, he'd listen to music and he'd say, but now you can see he's picking the beat, you know, and he's moving. And I think this has really taught the kids about rhythm, you know, and it's like, it's brilliant with Jason, and like looking at them after coming on, you know, with the teachers in the classroom, because we all met in St. Vincent's early services. Right. So our children they're together since they've, you know, a couple of months old, but we all left Vincent's when the children started school at 6. Right. So we feel it's very important for our kids still to meet up with each other.
Absolutely.
You know, because they all kind of broke away and went to different schools.
So the programme has stopped now, but do I understand, Sarah, that you're going to be starting again in May?
Yeah, we'll do 6 more weeks in May, and then it'll break for summer. And I've put in another application again for funding for the project to continue from September to December. I mean, it really is a really gorgeous project. Okay. So what I'd really hope to do is that it can establish itself as a main part of the programme. But because it runs for every Saturday over a kind of, you'd like it to run over the terms of over the school year, but because of that we need to seek funding for it. So,
and can Daniel and Jason and other children who've been in the programme, can they continue, or do you have to be a new child to come to the next programme? Or
no, like we would have actually, especially in the younger group, the group probably has the maximum amount of children in at the minute. But I'm still going to, when we have the dates, we'll send all the information out to everybody, and anybody else who is interested should still forward their information, because some parents mightn't be interested in continuing, and if there is places, then we'd take other people of around the same age bracket again. So it is something that we'd hope to really establish as a good part of the project, the programme, because it's gorgeous. It's a really nice
and
project.
the Ireland Fund is what's providing funding for it at the moment.
Yes.
But I would have thought Department of Health and Education would also have an interest.
Well, maybe that might be another fund to look at. I'm going to put one into the National Lottery as well, so we'll see. Right. There's a lot of, you know, like with all the different programmes, obviously we do a range of programmes across all kinds of ages and everything, so there's a lot of projects to do, and as you know, not always all the sponsors to do them.
No. And would you have a waiting list of children who want to be in the programme, or is it still getting known?
Well, some parents who were in it and some other people would always ring because they would see it in the brochure and they could ring to see if it's for their child or not. And even with the older group as well, people have come, and then sometimes it's not for their child, and that's absolutely fine. Like as Christine was saying, it's about fun as well, you know. So if it's not a fun environment for your child, there's no point in kind of, you know.
Oh no.
Continue with it. So there might be some fallout, and if there is, then we would take other people on.
So Create Dance is a programme for children with intellectual disabilities, basically up to the age of 15 or so. And it's all about fun, but both you and parents are saying that really it has a lot of other developmental good effects.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you are going to have a waiting list, I would think, from other children. And maybe getting feedback from people like teachers or therapists who they attend, maybe also a way of reinforcing the case for funding, you know.
Well, there was that. I know in the older group they had made up specific dances that they were then doing in the school, and one of the mothers got a letter home asking what was this dance all about, sausages, that his son was the son was doing, and he was teaching to the other children. So they've actually begun to teach dance within the school because so many of them seem to really enjoy some of the routines. So he was actually coming out of the class and then teaching the moves, because they were making those moves up themselves. They're based on things that they know, like as you were saying, food and animal noises. So really a lot of the dance comes from the children themselves. So they also get an opportunity to be teaching.
Great. Well, we've run out of time on this item, but really wish it every success, and we're going to be talking to you about this again from Phoenix, because it sounds like a really exciting and innovative project. Now, before we go to music, coming up next we will have Toni McNally, who's going to be talking about clown choir. But before we do that, we're going to go to hear what are we going to get? We're going to hear Breathe from Deco, Greene, who's an up-and-coming Irish singer, of course, and born and raised in the Blanchardstown area, and has shared the stage with artists such as Codeline and Jack L. And also, Deco, will be coming to the Draiocht on Saturday, 19th of April at 8:15, and tickets are €12 and can be booked on the Draiocht's website. So let's hear from Deco, Greene and Breathe. And I hope you enjoyed Breathe by Deco Greene. And just a reminder that Deco will be at the Draiocht, playing at the Draiocht on Saturday, the 19th of April at 8:15. And in the usual way, you can get your tickets from either the website or from the box office here at Draiocht, from where we are broadcasting in hour 2 of the Phoenix FM Radiothon, which goes on until 12 noon on Friday, the 28th of March. Yes, it's still March. Okay, next we're up with Toni McNally, who is a member of the Clown Choir, which is a favoured project of Draiocht, and this is the second year. I think I've met Toni once before, wearing a red nose, and I might think really wear a red nose as well. Welcome, Toni. You're very welcome.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Tell us, what's your experience of being in the Clown Choir been like over what now? This is its second year. We've been going since February 2013.
Yeah, that's true.
What's it been like for you?
Absolutely magic, in a word, magic. We all have things to do in life, you know, and our work, whatever. At home, you know, everybody has something to do. This just takes you out of life itself, if you like, and it's a combination of everything. It's fun. It's it's Monday nights from 7 till 10. I can't recommend it highly enough because it's a multitude of things. You know, and for me personally, it has made a dream come true, because I've always wanted to. Well, I came to the theatre about 2 years ago with another director, Liam Halligan, and I'm always singing at home, and I was able to. One of the dreams was to actually stand on the stage in Draiocht and sing, and between Tom Lane and Liam Halligan, the voice coach, I got to do, a dream. And that's what clown choir... Then I came to clown choir, and clown choir... I think if you think of clown, the first thing you do is circus and the big shoes, and which is quite...
And the red nose.
And the red nose, which is quite obvious. But it's a lot more than that. There's a lot more, and there's a lot more to clowning, which is what the director, Veronica Coburn, is bringing. It's, you have to be actually in the room, and the difference of... It offers so much, and you can just come and sit. If you want to come and join, and we're looking for new members, you can just come and sit and watch everybody else. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything you're not comfortable with. And it's a combination of clowning, singing. You don't have to be a singer.
No, that's how I got it.
And it's absolutely very, very enjoyable. And it's you just walk in the door and you come out thinking with something. And in a word, Veronica Coburn, the director, who I've always wanted to meet anyway, as they say in the ad, she's priceless. When she looks at you, I'm sure you're the same, Coleman, it's like as if she can see to your soul, through to your soul, and see what you're thinking. And she just brings out the best in, whatever's going on at that precise moment.
And I think Veronica might say herself that she can't see into your soul, but she is focusing on you as a person, or the choir as a whole, with a view to helping people to look into their own souls and to express it. Would that be a fair comment?
Exactly.
Yeah. And she is helping people to express themselves.
That's really what I'm saying. It's you think it's just it's much, much more than just coming in, on a Monday night. And a clown choir. And of course, the fun part is obvious. And I came in and there's people saying, I'm not going to wear a red nose. And the difference you feel when you put on the red nose. And, life can be mundane and it's all about fun. When you put on the red nose, you are a different person, or, and you eventually get comfortable with it, and then, we were singing outside, we did this singing for Culture Day, and then we were outside the Royal College of Surgeons. Now
we've been around,
Coleman. Hello, the Royal College of Surgeons.
Street, haven't we,
of course we have. Yes,
we've been to the Royal College of Surgeons for Culture.
And the Royal College of Surgeons, my point there, Coleman, is can you just imagine them all coming out, which they did, and they're wondering, and our song, our signature tune is Smile, which is the most gorgeous song, and they come out for their lunch, and they're very well read, and they come out and they hear the singing, and then they look, and we're all in black, and then there's red noses. So, and it just brings nothing but joy.
And our debut, if you remember, was April 1st last year, wasn't it? In the Blanchardstown Centre with Smile, Charlie Chaplin's Smile.
Yeah. The flash mob.
Yeah. And we finished the year with our clown nativity
play.
Tell us a little bit about that from your experience.
Okay. Nativity play, as done by adults becoming children, and that is what clown choir is about, because at one stage the director touches you and asks you to chase other people if she catches you. She caught me, and I chased around, and I chased so fast on the stage and was going and catching people that I felt not only was I a child, but I was back in the schoolyard. It was exhilarating. It was unbelievable. The nativity play was just magic. It was on the side of ridiculous. It was, everything that Christmas is supposed to be, and more. It was a great laugh. And we had Elvis.
We did. Elvis was in the building.
We had Elvis. Elvis was in the building a lot and had to be dragged out a lot. Yes, she's fantastic. And the whole group itself, they're all kind of maybe different sides of the stage. So sometimes you don't get to meet everybody, but you do make friends for life. Yeah. And the play itself was just so much fun to do. And of course you're coming out and you're saying, will I get the lines right, will I, and you do a lot of improv, but it was just so much fun. There were standing ovations every night. It sold out.
We had 2 nights.
It sold out, and if you when the children come in, they just see the red noses and they laugh and laugh and laugh, and the laughter and the joy that was brought that night was we covered everything.
We did. And just from I suppose from a religious point of view, I think some people in the choir were a little bit uneasy about myself, I suppose, really, if you have any kind of faith or religious belief, I'm uneasy with that. Are we just making a joke now of the spiritual side of Christmas? But in fact, again, there was an extraordinarily serious side to it.
And there was an extraordinary spirituality in it.
Yeah.
There really was. There was an extraordinary, and it was more to, like religion being brought to a normal, that kind of way. Like, not even. I mean, of course, it was fun. But to see it like that, I think,
to acknowledge the tensions that
absolutely, like up to this generation, yes,
around Christmas,
it was
being together at Christmas.
Absolutely, it was all about that, and it was about the bacon, and it was all different parts, and it was one about the bacon, and including yourself. Your story was about Away in a Manger, was extremely touching, and you could feel it. You could feel what the whole thing was about.
Well, you just highlight something, of course, about one of the dangers of working with Veronica Coburn. I mean, it was an exercise last September. I remember, and I said, sure, I'll do this. Not realising that 3 months later, that she had taken note of every word I'd said.
Absolutely.
That was going to be hawked out on the Draiocht
absolutely.
stage. And at one level, it terrifies them. I'll never open my mouth again. And yet, when you complete the season with Veronica, you say, gosh, really, I found something for myself in this.
Yeah, as I said, she's beautiful inside and out. She really is. She's like, and she will bring out, by just looking and speaking and, and looking straight into your eyes and speaking to you. And it's so much that, that you can get from it personally. Yeah. And it's Monday night, it's 7 to 10. It's fun. It's a piece out of your week. And how many people do something just for themselves? Yeah. So, and we all have dreams. And how many times do we get somebody going, what was your dream? If you're an older person, and what did you want to do? And that's what clown choir is.
And there are people in the choir, I suppose, I would go with the senior brigade, but there's certainly people from, 19 to 70.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And the youngest being 18. And there's actually 2 ladies in wheelchairs. And they still chase around the stage.
Absolutely.
The same, you're awkward, when we came first, like, well, how's that
going to work?
Yeah, and we were throwing a ball to each other, and they didn't catch it, and Veronica's like, okay, we need someone to help. It's just, and that's what's a nativity play as well. It broke down lots of things. It's just like, come on, it's...
And they were the 2 ladies actually. They're members of the independent living group in Blanchard who have their own program by the way on Phoenix, and of course they brought people, their friends, to the nativity play, and they just couldn't stop talking about it.
Absolutely, and that's what happens if you do come. And the thing is, people say, "Oh, that wouldn't be for me." You don't know till you come and see it. And clowning itself is a very, I'd even say, spiritual, magical.
Now again, it's going on a shoestring because this is a project launched by Draiocht itself, so they got funding for Veronica for last year, but they've taken on board with some contribution from the members of the choir, but they have committed now to travelling through 2014 and into the end of 2015.
Yes, and a lot of people, everybody is, stuck for money, but a lot of people were very enthusiastic to pay it, and you can actually pay it over a few months
and whatever. It's €100 over the year, which sounds like a lot, but people can take stage payments.
Absolutely, and the director of Draiocht herself, Eimear, is unbelievable. You don't,
and unbelievably committed to this.
Absolutely,
project.
absolutely. Yeah. It's like a home away from home. It's very, very friendly place to walk into.
Draiocht. People coming from. I mean, it is obviously aimed at the wider Dublin 15 area, but there are people coming from Portmarnock, Blackrock.
Yeah, and then just last Monday night, Coleman, there was a lady came. She used to live out here, but she had come from Mullingar. Right. She's actually driving from Mullingar. So I mean, it's unbelievable. It really is. I couldn't say enough how it will change. Right. Now, bring happiness to you.
Draiocht and Clown Choir are open to new members still.
Absolutely.
And basically, very simply, you either get on to the website for Draiocht, or you call into the box office. And obviously, there's no problem finding Draiocht. But if you have any difficulty, it's www.draiocht.ie, Draiocht, and you mentioned the word magic, which of course is the Gaelic word for magic. Draiocht. Or you could phone the box office at 885-2622 if you are interested in.
Yeah, and if you're not on the, if you're not on the web, you can come and go on the mailing list. Yeah. And they can even send it by post, so you get your brochure every 2 or 3 months, and that will tell you all the other stuff that's going on in Draiocht.
And there's the 2 elements all the time. There's the music,
absolutely.
And there's Deborah Salem comes from Edinburgh.
Yes.
To once a month too. So we are getting, even some of us who are getting on, we're getting voice training. I didn't get it when I was 10 or 15. I'm getting it now.
Absolutely. And for someone who just loves to sing, as I've said before, to take it out of the kitchen onto a stage.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, where do you get that opportunity? There's opportunities when you walk in the store for anything that you want to do.
And you're getting training in drama and presentation on stage, as you said.
Yes.
Through Veronica Coburn.
Yeah.
And again, clown is a form of theatre. I mean, I would say, maybe you didn't, but I certainly thought of it 2 years ago, thought of clown as simply, the circus.
That's what I'm saying.
And I also thought of it as, I never really thought about the serious side. I thought, it's just fun. But in fact, when we think of any clown we've ever seen in the circus, they always have a sad face.
Yeah, and they have the tears painted onto their face. Yeah. And, there's a song, The Tears of a Clown. Yeah. And Veronica, really sourced this out because herself and, I can't remember the lady's name, they have a book out about clowning. Yeah. And like that, it's the sad part of it. And it's, it's like people in life themselves. You get asked, how are you? Fine. Yeah. So there is a sad side to it. And that's, you're standing there and this red nose, it just makes you that, it gives you that you can speak whatever it is you want to do. It's...
Yeah, and maybe we might nearly finish on this now, but one member of the group, who should be nameless, but was heard to say, I think early this year, in 2014, that really it had sustained her personally through 2013.
Really?
It was a difficult year, yeah.
The very same for myself. The very same for myself. I actually joined to there was just a lot of sadness in my life, a lot of sadness. And
so it's a bit of crack.
Absolutely.
While
and
at
that's
the same time,
do.
It doesn't run away from the serious side of life.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Great element to it, an all-round element to it. I couldn't say good enough things about it.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure. My pleasure.
Again, just to underline, this is the Draiocht brings in lots of commercial companies and so forth putting on either song, dance or community groups.
There's something for everybody, Colin.
But this project is Draiocht's own project and in-house.
Which is very personal,
and it is available to you. And I'm here admiring Tony's red nose. And of course, he does become a different person behind that red nose. Tony, thank you very much indeed.
That's all my pleasure.
Our second piece of music now, which is Drivin with Don Baker. Now, we don't have to introduce Don Baker, but we will say, following in the spirit of what we already said, that Don Baker is coming to Draiocht on Friday the 16th of May at 8 p.m. and tickets are 17 and 15 concessions for there's an early bird offer as well because it's all part of the Draiocht summer programme and they are just €14. So get your orders in now, get on to the website or the box office at Draiocht for 16th of May at Don Baker. Now, coming up in a moment we're going to be talking to the Youth Theatre, we're going to listen to Don and with his number Drivin. You are listening to Phoenix 92.5 FM. Yes, it is the second hour of our 48-hour Radiothon, Radio Marathon. My God, I'm exhausted even putting all that mouthful out. Yes, this is our Radiothon fundraiser from raising funds for your local community radio station, Phoenix 92.5 FM. We are coming to you live this lunch hour from the Draiocht Art Centre, who have kindly sponsored this hour. And I'd just like to tell you how you can donate to fundraising to the Phoenix FM radio station. You can donate by going to www.phoenixf.ie and clicking on the Donate tab. This will bring you to the donation page where you can donate whatever amount you wish. Press the button that says Sponsor Me under the logo and then donate as guest. You can donate anonymously if you wish, and also if you would like a message to be read out or a dedication played, you can leave a message to us in the relevant box on the donation page. There's also an option to donate at our Facebook page. Just click the Make a Donation tab at the top of the page on Facebook, Phoenix 92.5 FM. Okay, so why would you donate to Phoenix? Because Phoenix is the local community radio station for Dublin 15. It is run by volunteers for the local community, and really, good times, bad times, to run an effort like this, we really need funds and therefore would invite you to do so. You are listening to Coleman Duggan now, with you between 1 and 2. Jeff Murphy launched the Radiothon from the studio, Phoenix studio, at 12 noon till 1, and I'm here with you until 2 o'clock, as I say, from the Draiocht, coming to you live from the Draiocht Art Centre. And with me now, Eimear Morrissey, who is runs the D15 Youth Theatre here at the Draiocht Art Centre, and Katie Dunne. And Eimear, tell us a little bit about what D15 Youth Theatre is about.
Oh, it's about so many things. Right. D15 Youth Theatre was set up in 2011. I suppose one of the things that we were asked a lot in Draiocht was, is there any courses of drama for young people? And so we realised that there was a need out there for drama in the area, so we decided the best way to go about it was to set up a youth theatre. And this was back in 2011, and we had so many applicants, and they auditioned, and we narrowed it down to about 30 applicants, and that's kind of the capacity that we're at the moment, every year, kind of taking in new people as the drop-off happens. But youth theatre was really just a chance for young people to explore, to have fun in a safe environment, to give them a voice. They come to youth theatre and they can talk about or act out scenes that you know, whatever is relevant to them at that particular time. And obviously they're learning skills to do with performance, that each of the facilitators, I mean, there's myself, Eimear Morrissey, there's Mark Rogers, there's Anne Ryan, we all have different skill sets as facilitators, and we come in every week and hopefully have a fun workshop planned week by week to enable young people to have fun, as I said, in a safe environment, and just get a chance to kind of talk about what they need to talk about, and to learn skills to perform. It inspires confidence, and just to give them a place where they can be themselves and have a bit of fun.
All right. Now, Draiocht mainly is there's a word for it in the industry, and I just don't have it to hand right now. But I mean, mainly it puts on other people's work, whether that is local community groups or it's professional and commercial theatres on tour who bring all kinds of music and theatre to Draiocht.
Yes.
But this is one of your in-house projects. That's one of them, a bit like Create Dance or the Clown Choir.
Very much so.
So this is really... And
I mean, it's such a fantastic thing. Myself and one of the other facilitators, Mark Rogers, both started, bizarrely enough, in Draiocht as... Draiocht at the time when they opened, they had an in-house production of a show called Doghouse, which was directed by Jim Culleton from Fishamble, and we both played roles in that play, and that's how we met, and that's how I suppose our love for drama kind of started, and we went off and studied it, and we're back here as part of, as you say yourself, the in-house version of a youth theatre, which is fantastic. And it's like there's a need there. I mean, last year, as I said, they come up every week and do workshops, but last year we managed to workshop with the members of the youth theatre a play, and they kind of wrote their own play, and we managed to house it here, which was fantastic, in the studio space, and it ran for 2 performances, and it was really well received. So whereas this is, as you say yourself, this is one of Draiocht's own kind of projects, but we also managed to get a production out of it as well, which was absolutely fantastic. And
you and Mark Rogers, among others, Eimear, are also models for these young people of, if you start as a youngster, this is where you can end up. You can end up as facilitating or being involved in production yourself. Now, let me come to Katie. Katie Dunne, you are, what age are you, Katie?
I'm 16.
16. How long have you been involved with youth theatre?
Since the beginning.
Youth theatre?
Yeah.
Which is now 3 years?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the biggest thing about it for you? Because obviously something works for you if you're in it 3 years.
Well, it's just so much fun. We get to meet new people, and because we work with new people each week, because we're not working just with our friends, we make new friends. And so we're all just like one big family, as you said before. And we play games, we do voice work, and we sing songs as well as part of games. And it's just so much fun each week. It's not as if you're working, it's just as if you're hanging out with friends every week.
Great. How long is it, when you come each week, how long are you here for?
For 2 hours from 7 till 9.
Okay, what day or night?
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's every week, is it all year round, or does it break for the summer, or what way does it work?
It breaks sometimes. It's on for... How long is that?
We do 10 weeks per term, so we've got a term before Christmas and after, and then we do break during the summer, but Draiocht also provide a summer project, so you can do drama. It's not just for the people in the youth theatre, but a lot of youth theatre members come along and spend some summer weeks with us up here.
And does it cost you and your mum and dad money for you to come along?
Yes, it's €2 each week.
€2 each week? All right, not exactly going to break most people at banks now, is it? €2.
It's definitely worth it though. It is so much fun. Everybody would enjoy it, yeah.
And do you pay that €2 yourself out of whatever disposable money you have?
Yeah.
Or do you go knocking for it?
No, I get pocket money, so I pay it out of that.
Okay. And would most people be doing that? Because
I'd say that most people would do that, yeah.
Okay. And what's been the highlight on stage or in the performance for you over the 3 years?
Last year we got to make our own show and perform it, and we wrote all the lines ourselves, and it was based off Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and we performed it.
Right. And what time of the year did you do that?
It was around
July, yeah.
Okay, so it was kind of a midsummer pantomime.
Yeah.
And you, I didn't make it to that myself now. Was that open to the public?
Yeah.
Or only parents? Or
No, everybody could go to it.
All right, so what are you doing this summer?
This summer we've nothing planned. Again, we have the summer project this summer, and also the young people will be working on a kind of a music project over Easter. So we've kind of just averaged out the time this year towards Easter. But last year, just as Katie was saying, the show that they performed, #Truth was the name of it. It started off as a structure of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So you've got the good and the bad, but it actually through the, as I was saying, the workshops with the young people, they rose the issue of cyberbullying. So it was all about how bullying affects young people in schools, and how cyberbullying through Facebook, wasn't it, and text messages and Twitter. So it gave them a chance to talk about the whole idea of bullying, and they put together, as Katie said herself, they wrote it. You know, we just helped facilitate them do it, and they wrote a fantastic play which gave, I suppose, rise to other people's experiences, and it started a dialogue within our youth theatre and then to the wider audience, which was really remarkable for them to come up with such a fantastic idea.
How many people are in the group, Katie?
At the beginning I think it was nearly 25, was it 25?
25.
Just a little bit more, I think about 28, and now we still have about 25, 26.
Okay. And some people would have, I suppose, dropped out over the... Well, when I say dropped out, they would have, for different reasons, moved on to other things maybe over the 3 years. And would there be many people who've stayed with it over the 3 years like you?
Oh yeah, there are loads of people who've been there from the beginning and they're still here.
Okay. And Eimear, would you have a queue of people wanting to get in, or...?
Yes, definitely. I mean, every year... Obviously we react to the fall off, so if people, because of exams or whatever, we lose a certain amount of members, we replenish those members every September, and we hold open auditions, which is just really a group workshop, and they get to meet some of the young people from the youth theatre. And we can only, I mean, this year I think we had about 40 people audition in September, and I think we took on 3. So there's a huge demand. And
places are limited, are they?
Unfortunately. I mean, we try and include as many people as we possibly can, and that's really important. But with, as you know yourself, with funding constraints and with, you know, the one-on-one time, making sure that it's feasible and it's of benefit to the young people, we have to keep the numbers to a smaller size. So 30 is even big for its kind.
And can young people join during the year, or is there a particular registration or signing on time?
There would be a registration in September, and we would have details on the website or on the Facebook page. We D15 Youth Theatre have a Facebook page if you want to keep in contact and just see when the auditions are. But also throughout the year, there's a project Draiocht they're running, and the last Sunday of each month we're doing it's an intro to drama, and you can learn about costume making, light and sound design, and also acting and a bit of movement. And then during the summer we would also have a drama programme coming up in August. So if you want to get involved, come along, and you'll see, although it's not the youth theatre, you will see the same type of ethos and the same type of workshops and stuff. You've been to the summer project.
I want to be 13 and join this, but instead I'm clowning. So I mean, I can truly say there's some talent to be searched in everybody, because they've kept me in the clown choir for a second year. So you can be all ages. But youth theatre, how long would you go on with youth theatre here?
I'll go on for as long as it's on. I will stay here for as long as I can. I love it so much. It is the highlight of my week, and I'm not joking at all. It genuinely is.
And you're now here in your school uniform, so you're taking a step out from school to be here. Are you? Would you have exams coming up, or would you be putting this on ice if you had exams? Or
I'm in TUI, so we don't have any exams. But next year, I probably will have to take a break, because I did last year for my junior cert. I took a break, but I'm back now. So.
But you're back again. And you see yourself. And would you have ambitions to, say, as an adult, to be, when you're 18 plus, to be either professionally or getting paid for it or not getting paid for it, to be continuing on in the stage?
Well, ever since I was a young child, I've always loved acting. And in my primary school, we did different shows, and I performed in them in Draiocht, so that was good fun, yeah.
Okay. And would you hope to develop that? Or?
Yeah, I'd love to go to Trinity and do acting there.
Right, great. Well, the very best of luck with it.
Thank you.
And, okay, so anything else either of you would, a moment or two, anything you'd like to add?
Just really, the main thing is that Draiocht have so many opportunities for young people to get involved in drama, and even if you're not a member of the youth theatre, have a look on the website, get involved in some of the other projects that we're running and see if it's for you. And then if you do want to get involved, please keep an eye around September. That's when we hold our auditions, so come along. And as Katie says, it's fun, and join the family, I suppose, is really the main thing.
Yeah. Now, we are coming to the end of this conversation, but I suppose what's striking me are the three projects we've looked at: Create Dance, Clown Choir and the D15 Youth Theatre. Again, to underline, these are in-house sponsored projects and in Draiocht. And also there's the Film Club, which is another in-house project. There are really, you generally have an awful lot of, it's not just audiences coming with bums on seats to watch.
No, it's
the community is participating and looking at itself on stage.
Exactly, and learning from the expertise of the people that Draiocht get in to workshop with everybody. It's a fantastic building, and the people here are fantastic. And we just have to thank Draiocht for everything that they do. It's so important. When I was young growing up, we didn't have this, and thankfully, when I started working here when I was 18 as an usher. Since then, even seeing Draiocht grow and the amount of things that they have for young people, for older people, for everybody. So just get involved, get on the website, see what suits you, and come along, because I guarantee you, as Katie says, you'll have fun. And going to a show here is like going to Croke Park for an All-Ireland final. I've never been here, I haven't been to full houses. You get the best shows. We get fantastic shows here, and that's the beauty about us being in an art centre as well, is that we get to bring our young people to see professional shows that are touring the country, that come here, high calibre shows, and we're showing our young people in the youth theatre. And the youth theatre, Katie, just to say, that's one way that young people can participate, but there are all the different schools in the area, the various musical groups, the pantomime group. There are young people probably in your own group, but also people who are not in the youth theatre from the area, who are up on that stage hundreds of days of the year. It's just wonderful. Well, look at it. I've learned something, and I'm delighted. I hope our listeners have learned lots about Draiocht. We wish to thank again Draiocht for sponsoring this hour between 1 and 2 in this Phoenix 92.5 FM 48-hour radiothon. God, there should be a glass of whiskey to go with that sentence. Now, we've noted from a text from one donor who says, "Keep up the good work, folks." This is a message to Phoenix. This was a great idea. Well, yes. If we get more funds in, maybe we can do this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Also, thanks to Shane Dowson for a donation, and thank you for that. Now, I'm going to be signing off shortly, but we want to again thank Draiocht for sponsoring this hour between 1 and 2 here today coming to you live from Draiocht at 2 p.m. Continuing to listen to Phoenix 90.5, you can hear Daniel Pitcher live from Blanchardstown Community Training Centre. Yes, he will be with you between 2 and 3. And just to give you some other highlights of the 48 hours that are coming up, I'm sorry, my apologies. Daniel Pitcher will be coming to you live from the Phoenix studio at 2 p.m. to 3 today. The Blanchardstown Community Training Centre will be live at the same time tomorrow, Thursday. But later today, Dublin Community Games show will be on at 4 p.m. Michael Ryan, who was, I think, previously with the Independent Living Centre in Blanchardstown and presented the radio programme Phoenix, will be here this evening, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Peace of Mind Counselling. Well, listen to that. And tomorrow, you can have, as I said already, you will have the Blanchardstown Community Training Centre at 2 p.m. Luttrellstown Community College Transition Year doing a show at 1 p.m.
Of course, myself and a couple of other clowns will be on from the D15 show on Draiocht, comes on from Phoenix between 10 and 11. The Islamic Cultural Centre will be presenting their own show from 4 p.m. on Thursday. St. Mocta's Youth Group show will present a show at 8 p.m. and some other regular people who are on Phoenix will be presenting, and there will be request shows, and yes, it will go on every hour through the 48 hours. And on Friday morning, big highlight, Job Bridge show live from Blanchardstown Social Welfare Office. So really there's something for everybody over the next 22 hours, folks. 22 hours. Can I make one final plug during this hour for, if you wish to donate, you can do so by getting onto the Phoenix website at www.phoenixfm.ie. Go to the donate tab and follow the instructions, or you can donate through the Phoenix website. The Phoenix Facebook website, phoenixfm.dublin. Okay, that's it. Our time is out, but we are going to sign off with one more piece of music, if I can put my hands to it again. And this is going to be "She Moved Through the Fair" with Phil Campbell. And Phil Campbell is going to be coming to Draiocht on Wednesday the 7th of May, 8:15, and tickets are €14 and €12 for concessions. And a special price of just €10 for seniors in celebration of Beirne. That's Wednesday, 7th of May at Draiocht. Here is Phil Campbell singing "She Moved Through the Fair."
My young love said to me, my mother won't mind, and my father won't slight you for your lack of kind. And she stepped away from me, and this she did say, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. She stepped away from me, and she moved